We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Locke going to throw on the first play. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Watch time. Tight end right. 4 down. Check 43.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Watson off play action. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Buying time to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Faking the give. Now Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down throw. Watson under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Watson flushed out right. And he's going to go down again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, try to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And he will slide down with a good gain. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the red zone now, Watson. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Browns. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Clock now to throw. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. The Seahawks at 11-3 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Locks throw into the hands of Fan. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Lock off a play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
After the interception, here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns' drive about to get started. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Watson's throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Bo Melton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Watson on 1st down. He's got Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Ford. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Nick Chubb stopped short. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go. At their own 21. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jalen Guyton, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Let's go, baby. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. So that pushes the lead up to 4. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Browns drive about to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Maybe a free play for Watson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Watson to throw. Into the hands of Cooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again with Chubb. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. One final try for Locke. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Browns are going to win this football game here in overtime. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Browns, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee.